How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Timberborn, and welcome back to the Iron Isles. We are just over 2 days into a 7-day drought, but there's not really anything to worry about. We have a whole bunch of water, we have a whole bunch of food, we have irrigation so we can keep making food, and so really things are kind of chill at the moment, which in itself makes me a little bit nervous, which is sort of a paradox. But regardless, it makes me a little nervous because I'm just waiting for me to screw things up. Now, I've been doing a little bit of thinking about this bridge that we have over here, or the barrier, I suppose, which is going to connect us over to what could be a new district. Now, this district would be great to have because it would give us access to all of these ruins, which would give us a whole bunch of scrap metal. And I do feel like metal is sort of the next thing that we need to go into. I feel like we've sort of hit a bit of a wall and we can't progress without getting it. But what I've realized is that there's no water down here. During a drought, there's just nothing. There's no water, no nothing, no supply. So is this a good place to go for a new district? I mean, yes, it gives us scrap, but it might have trouble. Now, obviously, we can transfer things between districts if we really wanted to, but I'd like a district to be self-sufficient. And so I started looking up here, and I realized I could build a district on this little island, this chunk of land, and give it access to the same body of water that we're currently using for water. Which is good. It means it'll be self-sufficient. It means it'll have access to farmland if we want to go that way and not just transfer food. But I also realized that we could use some levees to get this body of water as well, so it could be completely separated in terms of its water supply from our current water supply. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm thinking up here is going to be a new district rather than this space down here. Now, I would like to come down here at some point. It's a lot of trees. It's obviously a lot of metal. But I think the safer bet for a first new district is to come up here, especially when you consider that the water level will go up to like here when it comes back, and we could get rid of these barriers, flooding this space and giving us a little natural reservoir whenever the next drought comes by. So we will have access to 3 different spaces for water during a drought. And so that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be the plan. So let's go into landscaping, let's get ourselves some levees, and I'm going to keep this nice and simple. I'm going to go right here, I think I might do 4 of them, I might do 2 of them. I think I'll just do 2, and this will actually help us create a channel through here for water whenever it comes back. So we'll do 2 right there, 2 right there, and we'll get ourselves some platforms right about here so the water can still flow under. And then what I want to do is just have a path that goes like this. And we can have a bridge just over, I want to say, can this go in a nice straight line? It actually can. So we'll do a bridge. Well, you know what? We'll do another couple of levees, actually. We'll go for a levee and a levee. And then we can go for some double platforms just like this. So that'll give us a nice little section. We can continue the path straight through. And hopefully that's good. Hopefully that works out. Hopefully we can work towards building some stuff over here and getting ourselves that new district. Although what I'm really hoping for is that this space here, these levees and these platforms, will be within our district range, which I imagine it will. The district lines go pretty far, so I think this district will manage to build these. And then if we place a district gate right at the end of the bridge, that will separate District 1, which is down here, from District 2, which will be up here. And also, these guys being so close together, it's just going to work out nicely. Now, what I am going to do is go into labor, and let me go into the labor tab, and I'm going to get a distribution post. 250 science, it's going to be 30 logs, 15 planks, and this will distribute goods to other districts. So this is how we're going to get things from District 1 to District 2. So we need to unlock this, and we also need to get a drop-off point, which is where we receive goods from other districts. That's another 250 science. And essentially, we can have a drop-off point up here and a distribution point so that we can eventually bring the metal from up here and over here back to District 1. But we can also get a distribution point somewhere in District 1, probably up here, which is, this thing's huge, but it can probably live up here. In fact, that seems like a really good spot for it right about there, so we'll go ahead and place it, and we'll go ahead and get it connected. And then I suppose for the drop-off points, we could kind of just put that next to it. So the drop-off point could maybe even just go, I want to say there, and I think that's probably fine. We also don't need to build that, which is good. It means we can supply District 2, hopefully sooner than later, with some things. But for now, let's just go ahead and speed things up. We have no population growth right now because all of the breeding pods are paused, but that's actually okay because we have 8 unemployed beavers. And that's also taking into account that there's 10 haulers and that there's 4 builders and there's 4 people working at the district center. So as we have beavers die, we are going to see, I guess, more beavers take those places, and we'll see the number of unemployed beavers go down. We also have this getting built quite quickly, which is very good news. All right, so we'll leave that to go. That's going to be fine. I've actually had a bit of an idea for another thing I would like to do, because I realized that foresters actually plant things like blueberries. So why don't we go ahead and get rid of all of these berry bushes up here, and then we can go ahead and expand the farmland a little bit. Now, I will say, looking at it, we have 451 potatoes in storage. We have 1,473 wheat. So we kind of need both of these grist mills to get up and running. Both of them are built, by the way. And we kind of need these guys to do just wonders with the grilling of potatoes. But I think having more food would be good because it means we can supply that second district from here. It means that we don't need this district to immediately go into food production. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of, well, how many berries do we have right now? 564. Good Lord. All right. Tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you exactly what we'll do. We can go and mark, I guess, all of these resources for demolition. And I want to prioritize that. As weird as this might seem, I want all of these berry bushes gone. And we can go and replant them all neatly and everything will be good. I'm also going to get rid of this gatherer. And I'm also going to get rid of this gatherer. I assume we'll have enough berries to last. And I think I am going to go ahead and just mark all of these berries for demolition. So all of that right there can go away. We can go and just prioritize all of this. We can prioritize all of this. And hopefully that gets cleared out. Hopefully this space gets cleared out quickly as well. And then I can go in with the plant trees and bushes option, and we can plant blueberries, we can plant dandelions, and that means that we'll have both of these harvested from this one space. We can put a couple of gatherers over here, and that way we don't have that all spread out, and it means this space can just be used for farming. So that's my plan. That's basically what I'm thinking, and wow, this got cleared out quickly. Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of what I was looking for. It just, yeah, that was a really, really quick clear out. All right, let's bring a path down here. I think that'll be a good place for it. I can do 2 gatherers right down at the bottom of this as well. So we'll go into food. We'll go to gatherer flag, 1 and 2 right there. And I think I'm also going to do a little path that comes over here. I'm also going to do a path right there as well, and I might just loop this around here, honestly, because I can. And then in this space is where we can go ahead to plant trees and bushes, and we can do, I guess, some berries here. We can do some dandelions right there. And that'll be a nice little harvest space. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy, but it should give us a reasonably decent supply of berries. And that'll keep that going. Although, obviously, we kind of need this all to be planted sooner than later, but we'll see. All of this is also hopefully going to get cleared out, although I think I need this path to extend all the way down there so the beavers can actually reach it, which they're now doing, which is fantastic. And so I think what we can do is extend this path to about there, and then this space can be used for more wheat. So we'll go into crops, we'll go to wheat, and we'll say all of this. And then over here, I mean, I don't really know. We could do more sunflowers. That would be an option. We could do carrots as well. I have mentioned the fact that carrots are something we should maybe consider doing, so maybe it's about time that we actually start growing carrots, especially since I think it is one of the ways to make the beavers even happier. So we'll do some carrots. I don't think there's any harm in that. Do a couple of carrots right there as well, and we'll just see how that goes. We'll see if it's good. As for all of this, it is still gradually getting built. I think what I'll do actually is just prioritize all of that construction because I want it done as quickly as it can possibly be done. And so looking at this overlay, it looks like we absolutely can build this little bridge as a part of District 1, which is perfect. What's also perfect is the fact that the drought's over, so now we're going to get some power, meaning all of this can go back into operation. And we're hopefully going to see an increased water flow through here. This should be moving a little bit faster, and so we should have a little bit more power. I also went in and placed a couple of levees just down here to hopefully speed things up a little bit as well. And so we'll see how this goes. We'll see if this actually works out. We'll see if this little bridge or these extra levees here happen to slow anything down. Hopefully they don't, but we'll keep an eye on it. Now, what I'd also like to do, and I am in the process of doing, is I'm getting a levee built out here. And the reason I'm doing this is because once it's built, I can go and build a farmhouse right here. Because it turns out these 3 tiles are just outside of the range of both of these farmhouses. So we'll get a farmhouse right there, and that'll be 2 more beavers to help harvest all of this. And I think, yeah, the water's back. All right. Not bad at all. We'll see if this space actually fills up. I'm a little concerned that it is a little slow. Oh no, that's getting there. That's absolutely getting there. Okay. They are both absolutely getting there. Okay, so that means that wheat production, or sorry, not wheat production, flour production. Yeah, there we go. We got both of the grist mills going. We got the gear workshop going. This is a really cool little space. I love how this looks. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love how this little space looks. Just all these moving parts is so satisfying to look at. Also, seeing this come together, also very, very satisfying to look at. Also, good lord, the speed of the water through there is kind of nuts. Not bad. We could use this for power. I'm just saying, we could absolutely use this for power for District 2, which I guess is maybe where we could. Well, we've got 1,138 science. Okay, get me a scavenger flag, and then a smelter needs 200 horsepower. All right, so get me a smelter as well. And then this thing is like 4,000 science. We're not going to be getting that anytime soon. But I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and set up some stairs. I'm going to do a little bit of basic just planning out here. So I want some stairs there. I want some stairs there. We have some natural stairs right here, which will give us access to that space. And I also want to mark this for demolition and this for demolition as well, because you can see the water is right here. So once these are gone, this will flood, and that'll be another source of water, which is exactly what we're looking for. So we'll get that done as soon as we can. We do need this last little thing here to be built, which it's taking its time, but it'll get there. And then I guess for the district itself, we just need a new district center. And this thing doesn't need any materials. This thing I can just build it. And so I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and build the district center. I hope I can build it here and have it get over there. I'm pretty sure that'll be within range. If it isn't, I might have to reconsider my design, but we're going to do this, and I'm going to pause while I do this because I want to just plan things out a little bit. I want a small warehouse and I guess another small warehouse so that we do have storage out here. I'm going to do another set of stairs next to this so that we can get around easily. And then in terms of a path, we can do this, and we can just have this sort of hug that that cliff. So that we can't actually connect that together because we need a district gate. So delete you. We'll build a district gate right there. And so this is now officially District 2, which is kind of a big deal. That's actually kind of a big deal. I'm actually going to bring these paths around the outskirts here as well, just so I can keep this middle space a little bit more open. I know it's not super efficient, but I just kind of like the idea. So we're going to give this a shot. We'll take out this path here. And so this means that we need the wooden stairs to be built so we can get access to these trees and eventually access across here to the scrap and then over here as well. So people need to live here, so let's figure out some housing as well. I guess what we could do is we can go to housing, and we could use 20 logs to build row houses. We could do 3 of them here, which would be 5, 10, 15 inhabitants. We could do this for 16 inhabitants in sort of that space, which is maybe a bit much. I think we'll just do the row houses. They are friggin' huge, though. So maybe row houses in here or over here. It doesn't really matter where I put them, to be honest. I think just to keep it simple, we'll go for 3 row houses right there. And that does... Oh, it does look silly, doesn't it? It really does. If I'm going to plan this out, I want it to look interesting. So we'll do this storage here. And for the row houses, I mean, I guess we could do 3 of them just down here instead. So 1, 2, and 3. That's a little bit less dumb looking, which I'm kind of here for. And I could, put a bunch of them across here as well. But for now, that'll be housing, storage, access to wood. So I guess we are going to need lumberjacks. And these guys will, if I put them here, have reasonable enough access to the upper space. So we'll get a couple of lumberjacks right there. There are no berries on this island, so we are going to need to get ourselves labor and a drop-off point. And I guess the drop-off point could go, I want to say right there, to be honest. I think that's kind of a cool spot. I could put it up here as well, which would be an interesting spot too, but I think for now we'll keep it down here because we need the resources. And so that'll give us a way to bring the planks over that we're going to need. That'll be a way to bring food over. And I guess at this point, we just need to figure out water. So in terms of water, I think what we do is we get ourselves a couple of pumps. Now, I can do one here. I can do one here. And I think that's maybe what I'm going to do, because this space is eventually going to flood. So yeah, let's do this and this. We can bring this this path sort of out to these guys, something a bit like that. We could also bring the path sort of down and around if we really want to, which I guess I might as well. It's a bit weird, like I said, but that's okay. So that'll be a source of water once these are gone. And for water storage, I mean, for this guy, we need gears. We do have 41 gears in storage though, so maybe this guy goes back here. Or into that space would be an option as well. Or just there. I think here, to be honest. I think right there for the water storage. This path can sort of come off of there, and that'll be a really nice little short journey for us. They do need injury care as well, medical care. That's the word I'm looking for. So we'll give them a teeth grindstone, I guess here. We can get them a medical bed as well, which I suppose can go here. And actually, that might be everything. I mean, farming is probably a necessity as well, because we do want them to eventually make their own food. But for now, we can just set up distribution. So this thing is actually done. Let's get a bunch of beavers working there. Oh, we have 3 vacancies. We have 3 vacancies and no unemployed beavers because a bunch of them died of old age. Oh. All right, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and turn on all of the breeding pods. So all of those guys are on. We'll get a bunch of new beavers, hopefully sooner than later. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are they able to... I don't imagine they're going to be trying to... Wait, hold on. This thing actually has range over here. Like, these guys are legit coming over to build this stuff. That's very interesting. I wasn't really expecting that, I'm going to be honest with you, but okay. That's fair enough. Also, these stairs have some supplies as well. Can I get beavers going over there to supply the stairs with materials? I mean, it doesn't look like they're doing it anymore, but for a second there, they absolutely were. Interesting. All right, let's migrate some population from District 1 to District 2. And I don't know how I feel about this. So switch that to District 1. Let's send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beavers, I guess. We also have 17 vacancies right now. How many beavers have died of old age? I'm currently only looking at District 1. District 1 has 7. Oh my god. Oh, so many beavers have died of old age. That's kind of actually a really, really bad thing. That's actually really bad news. I also realize that without planks... Oh, no, we are trying to build... Yeah, we need planks. We really need to send planks over to District 2. So routes... Add new route to District 2. I need you to take some planks over there for me. And I don't necessarily know how that works, but sure. Hopefully we can do that, and then we can get some logs, right? Hopefully that's a thing. Maybe we should send you guys back. Now that I think about it. Let's send all of those beavers back, and we'll just set up the transfer orders to take supplies to District 2. And then these guys can move over when the supplies are there to actually build the district. Also, this got cleared out. This is flooding. That makes me very happy. So what I've gone ahead and done here is I've set up another route to take grilled potatoes to District 2. Now, if we look at the stock, we have some grilled potatoes in here. We have some planks in here. I have, however, gone and set a bit of a limit. So if we take a look at grilled potatoes, we have a high of 200, which I'm assuming means that District 2 can be as high as 200. I don't actually know if that is what that means. Let me set this to be as low as... I don't know. I don't know what this means. I have no idea what this means. Yeah, I actually have no idea. I'm going to say as low as 500 on this. And we'll see what that means. We'll see if maybe... Actually, I can click this, right? Can I click this? Wait, can I not click the question mark to know? Can I not click a question mark to be like, hey, how does this work? Can I hover over it? Ah, low. Resources below this limit are not carried out from a district. Ah. Resources above this are not carried into a district. Wait, what? Wait, what? Resources below this limit are not carried out from a district. Ah, okay. So if I set this to 500, and then the high limit is that, I think that means that District 1 will have a minimum of 500 grilled potatoes. So that means I need to go look at this, and I need to go to planks. And the minimum in District 1 needs to be like 25. Right? So if we take a look over here, there's 29 planks, and hopefully we'll start seeing some potatoes. There we go. So we have 28 potatoes in District 2. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to migrate some beavers. And I'm only going to send over... I don't know. Let's send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just because we can. And so these guys have nothing to do right now. But I think we'll see these stairs get built. Yeah. So now the stairs are built. That means these guys can go chop down some trees. Which means we can say, you know, go ahead and prioritize constructing this small warehouse. And then once the small warehouse is built... Oh, we need water as well. I've just realized we need to send water over to this district. So let's add a new route. Let's do this and water. So if we go to the limits and we go to water, we want to say a minimum of like 1,000 in District 1. So that means we can send some water to District 2. We're going to send some food to District 2. And we should see some construction over here. We should see all this stuff start to come together. And that's hopefully going to be fine. That's hopefully going to work out. These guys are getting a bit thirsty, which is a little bit concerning. Hopefully we can see some water get brought over here and we can deal with their thirst a little bit sooner than later. I'd really like it if they didn't die of thirst. That would kind of be a bit of a little bit of a problem. I'm not going to lie. That would definitely be a little bit of a problem. We do have a couple of guys hauling stuff here, though. And you're carrying water. Okay. So we should see these guys any second now deal with their thirst. And there we go. So now they're dealing with that. We have the warehouse almost done. We also have them adding planks to that large water tank, which is fair enough. I guess we should send some gears over too. So let's go back to the distribution. Let's add a new route, go into here, and we want to send gears. So we'll hit OK. We'll go to limits. We'll go to gears, and we'll say a minimum of, honestly, a minimum of like 40 is, I think, what we're going to do on District 1. So now we have storage, which is great. Let's prioritize housing so that they're nice and happy over here. And I guess we can also prioritize the large water tank. Not that they're going to do anything with that at the moment, but honestly, that's kind of okay. And so just like that, we have a functioning little district. It's gathering logs, it's getting its own water, it's being delivered food every day, and that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. The only issue is that it's not getting its own food, and we could do something about that. But I don't necessarily know that I want to. And I say that because we have 26 vacancies right now. We've had 26 beavers die with no one available to replace them at their job. So we kind of need more kids. We really do. We also have a drought coming in, which is slightly terrifying, given that our food is a little bit low. I mean, 1,400 is okay, but I'd like it to be higher. So here's what I'm thinking. This space is going to have to be self-sustaining to a degree, right? It's going to have to be able to look after itself. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself some kind of farm out here. Now, a farmhouse could go here. It could go there. And I think, honestly, that's sort of what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to get a farmhouse even here or anywhere. It doesn't really matter where I put this thing, to be quite honest. I just need a farmhouse somewhere. I could even put it over there, which is actually exactly where I'm going to put it. So I want a farm right there, and I want to bring this this path sort of over to it. And yeah, the path is going to take up a bit of space, but I'm going to do that because what I can do with this farm is I can then turn around and say, you know, go ahead and plant a bunch of potatoes on all of that land. All of that land is going to be potatoes. All of this land is going to be potatoes. All of this land is going to be potatoes. We can then go and get a grill, and we could build it, say, here, which I think is actually a really great spot for a little grill. So we'll go ahead and get that connected just like so. And so that's going to give us a source of food for District 2. It does mean we need more beavers over here, which is a bit of a problem, but that is something we can manage. That is something we can do. It's not going to take forever to sort this out. We just need beavers to keep being born. We need beavers to keep growing up. We need all of the vacancies to be filled, but we can do that. It's just a matter of time, really. So we can hopefully get this done in a good amount of time. We have plenty of housing over here as well. We have 173 water for like 5 beavers. And honestly, the only other thing I'd like to build here would be something like a forester. So, I mean, that's going to take logs and planks, but honestly, that's okay. We could go and build a forester here, which, yeah, I think honestly that is kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a forester, I want to say there. And I want to bring this this path sort of around towards it. We actually have a tree that's slightly in the way there. So let's just mark you for demolition. Let's just prioritize you getting demolished. And once that's gone, I can get a little path in there. I can connect these guys over. And that'll be good. That'll be a forester that can replant the trees around here, meaning that this district will have its own supply of logs, even if it doesn't have its own supply of planks. And we have pretty much opened up this space to let us build across here. So maybe that's something we look into. Maybe we try and get this this little project going sooner than later. I could go straight across here if I wanted to, which I don't hate the idea of doing. It would be nice to use dams and levees for this, but I think if I do that, it might drain all of this space, and that just seems like a really bad idea. So I'm not going to mess up the water basin again. I think we'll just play this, we'll play this a little safe. So give me, let's see, give me some levees here. Give me a levee right there. Let me do this, this, and this. It's a bit of a waste of resources, but I want something kind of nice and official looking right here. And then what we'll do is we'll use double platforms going to, I'm going to say about there. And we can go back to the levees. So this and this. And I might do here as well, just again to keep things kind of official looking. You know, hide the terrain a little bit, but we don't need to. That's essentially how we're going to get over to this. And that's kind of a big deal. So let's just get this path going. Is that tree gone? It absolutely is. So what we can do as soon as these trees are gone is we can bring this path the whole way around. In fact, we can connect it to this set of stairs as well. And that's going to be good. That's actually going to be really, really good for us. I've also just noticed that this is built, this is built, and this is built. So we really do need more beavers over in this new district, which is kind of crazy. That's a little bit wild that we already have, you know, plenty of work over here and a bit of a deficit going on. Let's get this set as grilled potatoes. And I guess let's let these guys do their thing. Let them build. In fact, building this should be easy. They are getting supplied with logs. They are getting their own logs, and they're also getting supplied with planks. So this really shouldn't take long at all. All right, so it turns out the drought that came through was kind of insignificant. It was almost, I think it was 6 or 7 days. We've got still essentially 2 days left to go, but we're kind of doing okay. This construction's going along. These guys are doing just fine. Although I'm not too sure how many people are actually in this district. It's still 5 of them. We still have 20 vacancies across the board. We have 7 kids. So I think, honestly, what I'm going to do is I am going to send a few more beavers over this way. And I'm also going to go in and just remove some of this space because that's actually out of range of this farm, which I realize I should have put this thing over this way because it would have been able to go the whole way around. But regardless, I think, you know, we can get away with what we have here. It's not really the end of the world. I am also getting a couple of breeding pods over here in District 2. I've got a berry delivery route set up so that we can go ahead and actually bring berries over so we can have some kids in District 2. But I think what we'll do is just go ahead and migrate a bit of the population, maybe another 5 of them over to District 2, and we'll see how that goes for us. We do have the housing availability. We do have the jobs available as well. So we should see, and we are seeing, a beaver working the grill. We've got Shamra working the forester right there as well. And so when the drought's over, we should see a bunch of pine trees get planted. We can eventually see those pine trees getting chopped down, so that'll be a supply of logs for the district and some trees. We've got the supply of food, we've got the supply of water. So District 2 is actually doing okay. And it's also, like I said, building its way across towards the ruins. So what we'll do is look at getting a scavenger over here. And I think what we're going to do is try and get... Well, it doesn't really matter how many of them we have. Well, it does. It doesn't matter where I put it. Let's just do 1 and 2, I guess. And we'll go ahead and get those sort of connected to a path just like this. And that'll give us access to this space. In terms of the smelter itself, I'm actually very tempted to say that the smelter can, in fact, go in District 2. Because when the drought's over, the water flows through here extremely quickly. So if I was to build a large water wheel, it generates 180 horsepower. Doesn't the smelter need 200? Oh, no, that's interesting. Okay. So, I mean, I could build 2 of these guys. That's actually probably fine, now that I think about it. Oh, that would look really interesting, actually. Okay, I'm about to do something that might look weird, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to want to build a levee, I guess, right about there. And I also am going to need to build 3 levees right about there. And then what I want to do is get a large water wheel, and I want to put it, I think there, right? I think that's, is that where I want it to be? Do I want it to be lower? If I get rid of you, can I put that large water wheel here? Oh, I can. Right. So I want this, and I want this. That is kind of wild looking. That is a bit wild looking, but I'm here for it. So do that. I need a power shaft like this. I'm gonna need a platform like this. I'm gonna need some stairs going over that power shaft. That's gonna be kind of wild. that is actually gonna be kind of wild. But that water flow is too good to pass up. And I mean, this thing just needs logs and planks, so it's totally possible to build. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and get the smelter, and it's just gonna live, I want to say right there, to be honest. I mean, I could put it sort of sideways, it doesn't really matter, but I think right about there. I think right about there's the place the smelter goes, and that's gonna be kind of insane, is what that's gonna be. Also, the fact that this is nearly built is also kind of wild. And I think we can totally oh man, we're about to get metal. What do I need to build you? I need planks, I need gears, I need scrap metal. Okay. So the planks and the gears, that's easy enough. The scrap metal, we just need this going. Oh man, I'm actually so excited about this. I'm not gonna lie. I am so excited about this. I'm also excited that these guys are harvesting potatoes, which means this guy is making potatoes, which means this district is now actually looking after itself and sustaining itself. That's kind of crazy. We still have a ridiculous number of vacancies. We still really need to deal with that, but this is good. This is some great progress. And so as the first beaver goes ahead and starts to harvest scrap metal, I think we can go ahead and leave it there for today. I'm so excited about the progress that we've made today. I wasn't expecting District 2 to take off in quite the way it did. I wasn't expecting to get it to be self-sufficient, but I'm so glad that we went for the location that we did rather than going with my original idea. I think this is going to work a lot better. I think having the district this close is going to be really beneficial, and I'm just so excited to start making some metal so that we can start looking at golems, and so we can start looking at all of these different things. We can start getting engines for power as well. And I guess we can also just keep growing District 2. It has a couple of kids running around. It has a few more on the way. We've got the power that's going to come to District 2 shortly as well. There's going to be a lot of stuff that needs done in this district, but I'm so excited to see how that goes, and I hope you are as well. But that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.